Hey Capricorn, what's going on? Welcome to your general reading. This is going to be a general reading for all of you Capricorns out there. Keep in mind that it is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. Just take what you can and leave the rest behind. I lit my candle, but it went out already. Bear with me while I relight. Okay. So we're going to do, as I said, a general reading. Whatever comes out is what we're going to go with, okay? I believe you will see this message when you are meant to see this message. If it's meant for you, you will feel that it's meant for you, okay? You will literally feel that it's meant for you. I am going to pull a few oracle cards. If you're not into oracles, jump ahead using the timestamps below. Okay, messages for Capricorn, please. What does Capricorn need to know right now? Messages for Capricorn. Okay, so we have meandering pathway. This one here is all about flow, okay? Going with the flow, not trying to restrict yourself too much, okay? Kind of just letting things take you where, where you should be. So let's see what else we get for Capricorn. We've got butterfly spirit, transformation. Some of you may be going through a lot of changes right now, okay? Could be physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. But transformation is good, right? Changes are good. We all change as time goes by, as things happen in our life, different jobs. We live in different places, different relationships. And we'll get more on all of these as I go through the tarot cards as well. And then we have patience. Some of you may be learning more about patience, okay? You may be finding yourself in certain situations that require patience. Maybe patience isn't your strong suit. I'm a fire sign. It's not my strong suit. Okay. Depending on what it is. Maybe the transformation is about patience. It can apply differently for all of you. So let's see. They're all great cards. Okay, we have our first. Now, this is going to be like a past, present, future type of reading. We all have free will. Keep that in mind. None of this is set in stone. Okay. So the Emperor. First card. Now the Emperor is a card of ARIES. It can relate to someone in your life who may be a father figure or a figure of authority. Some of you may be your own boss. You may own a business. Okay, it's just that kind of vibes. Emperors, kind of, they're the ones who are in charge of things. They are the ones, I'll say barking orders, but, I don't mean that negatively. The term just came to mind. If you think of a boss barking orders. But anyhow, it's a card of being in control, okay? Emperors, they want to be in control. That may be tied in with this patience card here. We will see. Maybe if you are trying to start a business or you have your own business, maybe there's some areas where you need to kind of not go with the flow as much, okay? That could also be true for some of you. Let's see what else we get. Messages for Capricorn. And then we have Four of Cups in your current energy, this is with the transformation. Four of Cups can be about, it can be a bit of not realizing what you currently have, because you're kind of, it can be the start of maybe being stuck in the past a bit too much. It can be some worry just about things that really don't need to be worried about. This is also my card of, I call it the whatever card. You don't see it this much on this deck, this Crow Tarot deck, but it can be an energy of feeling indifferent to things, okay? Not really caring much about, certain things. Like, yeah, whatever, just, there can be things you're not really giving much input about when it comes to that card. Okay, this one hit the floor. Let me get it. Okay, and we have the Hermit. So some of you may need to go into some Hermit mode in the future to learn some patience, okay? That Hermit energy, it's Virgo energy. It's about spending some quality time with yourself, just kind of doing your own thing, but it's more about going within and quieting the noise of the external world so that you know best how to rely on your own internal compass, okay? Without relying on things external to you or relying on people who are external to you. This can also be a message of, sometimes you may lose patience, and maybe the best thing for you to do during those times could be to kind of go into that Hermit mode, whether it's a room, whether it's outside, some place that you can just kind of go to unplug. Maybe it's just unplugging social media, whatever that would be for you, okay? So let's get more. What else do we have with this Emperor, please? Tell me more about the Emperor for Capricorn. Whew. Two majors over here. The Emperor with the Hierophant. Now, Hierophant is about, it can be, again, about authority, an authority figure. It's a very spiritual card for me, which represents commitment, okay? So some of you, this could be you're really committed to starting your own business, or you're committed if you already have a business. Maybe for some of you, you don't feel like you're in control as much as you would like to be. Maybe you're making a commitment even to yourself that you would like to be in more control, more in charge of your life. The Hierophant can also be, originally this was kind of a religious type of card where you would see, a religious figure standing here and people below that kind of admiring that person, okay? I feel like, so for some of you, I get the feeling that this could even be tied into a family situation, something to that effect, or just the feeling the pressure of having people relying on you, okay? It's like feeling hugely responsible for other people at different times is the feeling that's coming up when I'm looking at these two cards together. So let's go on now. Four of Cups. Spirit, clarify this Four of Cups. Okay, and we got another major. We got the Fool. Another Aries card. So now you've got the Emperor and the Fool. got some Aries energy on this reading, Capricorn. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Okay. It is the first card in the tarot deck. All right. It does not have a number. If you want to get technical, it'd be number 0. Because it's a naive type of energy. All right. The Fool is a childlike energy, meaning children do things by instinct. They don't do things usually for any other reason. Okay? They do something because they feel they want to do it. All right? They see something, they want to go over there. Oh, I'm going to grab that stick, or whatever it is. I want to play with that toy. They live in the moment. So this Fool energy is taking a leap of faith according to the instincts you're feeling in the moment. This 4 cups here, like I said, it's feeling indifferent, or it's a little bit of stuck energy, emotional, when it comes to your emotions. Some of you may be currently feeling stuck, or feeling like you need to become more childlike or take more chances. The Fool is, when it comes right down to it, it's about taking chances. When common sense tells you not to, or people are telling you not to, the Fool is a risk taker. Okay? Because the Fool doesn't have any baggage to carry. The Fool just wants to do what it's going to do. Okay? Okay, let me get one for the Hermit, and then I'm going to grab my other deck and go back again. Tell me more about the Hermit. Eight of Cups in the reverse. So 8 of Cups in reverse, this is, 8 of Cups in the upright can be about leaving things behind that are emotionally draining, or leaving people behind, walking away from things that you don't feel is the best for you. Now here it's coming back. I feel like in the future, you may feel some sort of transformational energy when it comes to your patients, or maybe this could be when the shift kind of happens for you, where it almost feels like revisiting your inner child. I keep feeling this energy for you, Capricorn, about not bringing out your inner child enough. Maybe you've lost some joy in your life, over time. It happens to every adult, I feel like, at one time or another. There's just so many responsibilities. And maybe it's because if you are in charge of other people in a workplace capacity, or otherwise, sometimes that can, you're so focused on running things in your life or being in charge of other people that you kind of lose certain aspects of yourself. And one of those things can be that childlike quality. I feel like for some of you, spending some time, just in reflection or whatever it is, like I said, that helps calm you down or helps clear your mind, I feel like you can gain some of that back, and it will kind of reset you, especially on an emotional level. Okay? So let me get my Tarot of the Abyss over here. I'm going to go back again to the Emperor with the Hierophant. Spirit, tell me more about the Emperor with the Hierophant, please, for Capricorn. What is this about the Star? You've got all majors. The Star, this is healing energy. Okay, this is your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. It's a healing type of energy. again, it feels like there's hopes and dreams there, but I feel like it doesn't just involve you. This also, it's kind of like you're also worried about other people in your life. An Eight of Swords. Okay, so now some of this may be causing some anxiety. This Eight of Swords here is all about self-imposed anxiety, okay? It's a lot of stress, anxious thoughts. It is self-imposed, though. These are thoughts that we create ourselves because we tend not to let them go a lot of the time. You know, we run things over and over again in our minds. For some of you, this can be maybe work is constantly on your mind. You can't shut it off when you get home at the end of the day. Maybe you want to do so many things career-wise or work-wise that's creating some anxiety because it's here with this Star card. Okay. Let me get another one. Tell me more, please. Let me have another card for this. Tower in reverse. Okay. Another major arcana card. I feel like there was something in the past, okay? There was a big change that happened, which is what this tower is here. The tower is about changes, big changes in your life. So something could have changed recently or even not so recently that made you feel like you kind of lost some control, okay? It might be stopping you. So there could be some fear wrapped up in this that's creating this anxiety, okay? It's almost as if you still have these hopes and dreams, but there's a deeper level here or a past experience or recent change that could be stopping you from using this Fool energy to kind of take that leap of faith, okay? It could have you feeling a bit stuck, okay? It's like you want to do this thing, but at the same time there's some fear and something happened in the past that kind of just shook you up. Maybe you need, in order to get through that, that fear or the hesitation, maybe you do need to let go a little bit and go with the flow some more to see where that takes you, okay? Maybe you're trying to control things too much. Or maybe you controlled things too much in the past with this Emperor energy. But that could have created this shift in you that maybe you kind of can't get out of that now. Maybe you're trying to work your way back to that, okay? Okay, let's go over to Four of Cups with the Fool. Tell me more about this. Death in reverse. So death in reverse is a good thing. That means something is being reborn, and it makes sense for this right here because this is what transformation is about. When the caterpillar the caterpillar doesn't die, but the caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. So things of the past are becoming new, okay? You can't have something die, like with this death card, without something taking its place. It's like when a forest burns down, it's going to create new growth in the forest. Let me get another one for that, please. Page of Swords. Some of you may be currently learning new things. I feel like this is part of this transformational energy. And this could even be, it's almost feels like a new lease on life, okay? It's like, here's the caterpillar energy dying, and here's the butterfly energy. This Page of Swords, just like the Fool card here, okay? It's more that young type of energy. Page of Swords is knowledge, it's learning, it is being watchful, being on the lookout, being hopeful for a future. Pages are young, it's a young type of energy when it comes to the tarot. Okay, this could also represent someone in your life who's younger than you, a relative, a neighbor, it could even be a kid. Maybe you have kids in your life who can show you how to regain some of that childlike energy, that inner child energy, to help you work through different aspects or different things that you feel like you might need healing with when it comes to that. Okay, future energies. The Hermit with the Eight of Cups in reverse. Tell me more, please. Ace of Cups in the reverse. King of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like, again, this is, Ace of Cups in reverse. It's kind of turning away any kind of new offers, or starting any new things if it's going to take any kind of emotional toll in the future. Nine of Pentacles, this is about stability. It's about independence. This King of Swords here it's a growth pattern from the Eight of Swords over here, which is a lot of anxiety, into this King of Swords. It's almost like you go through a transformation and then you get here in the future, and here you sit as the King of Swords, where you're very decisive. Okay, King of Swords energy, it's air energy affiliated with Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Very logical thinkers. Okay, they like to plan goals, goal setting, write things down, plan things out. Kind of a methodical type of energy for me. So I feel like if you do kind of take these breaks where you need to go into this hermit mode, maybe it shifts from what you've, this type of stuck kind of fearful energy here that maybe some of you have been dealing with, to a steady as a rock type of King of Swords. King of Swords energy, it's very blunt energy. And they do lead with their thinking processes instead of their emotions. So this would also make sense for this Ace of Cups being in reverse. These cups represent emotions, okay? And this Eight of Cups down here is also in reverse. So going back into the past energy, this Emperor energy, that's fire energy, okay? Associated with Aries, that's a fire sign, okay? Fire energy is an action. Wands are action. Fire is action. So a lot of fire signs, such as myself, a lot of times we act impulsively. We do things first and we think about it later, okay? Can get you in trouble. It's gotten me in trouble many times. It's like, I want it yesterday, okay? It's one of my, I want it yesterday. Not today, I want it yesterday. But it can cause some issues if you're not thinking clearly first, okay? And because this is kind of an impulsive type of energy, this Emperor, even though the Emperor is a leader It can be a father figure type of energy, a mentor energy. You still have to think about it. Okay, you have to think about things first, especially if you're dealing with other people. Okay, so the shift may happen and the transformation may happen even in the way that you deal with other people, and how you handle things, how you communicate. King of Swords is all about communication. Okay, that's another aspect of the sword energy. So I feel it's a growth process here. Transformation can be difficult, but I don't see anything super difficult here. I feel like to get from here to here, you just kind of need to let go a little bit, bring out that inner child, go with the flow a little bit more, have some patience, and then this can kind of transform and flow the way that it's meant to flow. Okay, Capricorn? Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I do appreciate you. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Take care, and I'll see you the next time.